Well, welcome to our new week in our class. It's October 17th, and our week begins today as well as goes to October 22nd. And we're just looking at designing quality online lessons today. So this is in preparation, of course, for your assignments that are upcoming. Well, assignment that is upcoming for all of you. And those assignments have been provided in detail in the past week's content. So again, the opening video for the week, as well as mainly the live session recording. So if you have not watched that, be sure to watch that live session recordings on synchronous digital communication, because that gives you some ideas about what that assignment is all about. But anyway, we're going to look today and move forward on designing quality online lessons. So there are some readings that are associated with this week. Textbook Chapter 7, Designing Quality Online Lessons. There are a couple of excerpts from a textbook that I wrote, Key Practices for Effective Distance Learning. And you'll see the PDF on that you can read through. And then also Conducting a Synchronous Distance Learning Session. And again, these give you some tips and pointers for conducting an effective session on distance learning. And for some of you undergraduate students who've already had my class, the textbook parts might be a reminder, but of course the Chapter 7 won't, as it talks about designing quality online lessons. So those are the readings for this week, and then we have a discussion that talks about good teaching is good teaching. So in Chapter 7, the author discusses how some elements of good teaching online can be the same as good teaching face-to-face. So tell what elements of good teaching that come in face-to-face class would also translate to good teaching online. And then I also discuss specifically items that relate to synchronous distance learning, distance teaching. What are some student learning strategies for face-to-face classrooms that might also work in synchronous distance learning? And so, yeah, it's a chance for us to kind of explore those elements that actually are relatable from online to face-to-face learning, those elements that are good teaching for both types of situations, and talking about those in this discussion board for the week. And then finally, I've included a Blackboard Collaborate Ultra test room. So those of you who are undergraduate students in our 410 class, you'll want to go here to test out and learn more about Collaborate Ultra. And you can click on that link, and there's just basically an open room, and that link is for a moderator. That means when you click on that link to access the room, you'll be able to join the test room as a moderator. And this will give you a chance to try out Blackboard Collaborate. And so you can load up some slides into that. I'll just type in my name real quick so we can join it. You can load up some slides and share those. You can try out the whiteboard, maybe try out the polling feature in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Try out whatever features you would like to try out so that you can prepare for your live session that will be due by the end of next week. So again, the features, many of them can be found on the right here. For chatting with people, for interacting, looking at viewing a list of participants, sharing an application, that means sharing your screen on your computer, sharing files, sharing a blank whiteboard, polling, breakout groups. All those things can be found over here on the right, and it's a good opportunity to try them out, turning on your audio, turning on your video, and so forth. And then any settings for the session, you probably wouldn't need to change those. So that's a test room, and I want you to try that out, especially if you're an undergraduate student, because that's the system you'll be using to present. Oh, don't forget one big thing too, to record. So make sure you know how to record your session. For undergraduate students, you do have to record your session and send that recording to me. Make sure I have access to it. So you'll want to find that part right there, start recording. So test those things out, try them out. It's an open room, it's open anytime, so you can log in anytime and check that out. So those are basically the activities for this week. Of course, in addition to those, you'll want to prepare for your synchronous lesson, which you'll be presenting, and make sure that you have a schedule for that. Probably by the end of this week, you'll want to have an audience, a person who's going to be on the other end of that synchronous lesson, and maybe even schedule a time for that lesson to take place. Because after that lesson's over, there's a little bit more work to fill out some information about the lesson if you're a graduate student, or to submit the recording and also reflect upon the experience if you're an undergraduate student. So give yourself a little time after presenting the lesson to fill out those worksheets before the end of next week, October 29th. Well, this week I'm in Las Vegas learning more about online learning, digital learning and communication. The conference that I'm at is the Association for Educational Communications and Technology. I have not attended any sessions so far. I still have yet to travel there. But I will be there most of the week, but feel free to email me or send me questions if you have any about the upcoming or this week's assignment. But hopefully I can learn much more about online learning and teaching through the latest research that people are doing. It's a conference in which people present the research they've been doing about distance learning, about educational technology, and about all of these different areas that have to do with what I study. So it's a fantastic opportunity for me, and I'm also presenting about a survey that I did of South Dakota teachers and the technologies that they have within their face-to-face classrooms. So that's what I'm doing this week. And I hope that you all have a great week as well, and good luck with the activities for this week.